Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So this video is a comprehensive guide in order to get a tier 2 work visa sponsorship job in the United Kingdom. So here I'll be talking about which all companies can sponsor you. Then secondly, what are the different routes in order to get the work visa and ultimately get a settlement in the UK. Then also we'll be talking about what is the sponsorship rating, what is the A rating, what is the B rating, what are the points, the 70 points you need in order to get that work visa. So this is a very comprehensive guide. Let me straight away get into it because I don't want to make this video very long for you guys. So the very first thing is how to know that which company is going to sponsor you. So all you can do is you need to go to the Home Office website, just on the Google, just write register of licensed sponsors in the UK, and in the very first the Google search term, so you'll be just click on that link and it will be showing you a list of all the companies which will be willing to sponsor the international students for a tier 2 work visa. Not only to a tier 2 work visa, but there will be all different kind of routes. These will be the companies which are sponsoring in the all different kind of routes. Now what are these routes, I'll be talking in the next section, but the important things you'll be finding is you'll be finding the organization's full name, their address, and in which region it is based. So these are the three things which you can find just on the Home Office website. So before even doing your application process, like after finishing your masters or for the graduate jobs, make sure that you know that which companies are ready to sponsor you. Otherwise you might get a job but they're not going to sponsor you, so it can be a little bit disadvantageous. So do that research. So for my own audience, what I'll do is I'll put the link in the description box below so that you don't have to go to Google and do the search. So I'll do that for you guys. Now moving on, that here I talked about that there are different kind of routes which you can see on that particular website. Now what are these different kind of routes? The very first one is the skilled worker visa route, right? So this is for the skilled workers to be employed long term. For example, let's say I'm doing undergraduate course and here I want to stay for another 5 years, right? So I'm a skilled worker, so I have done my degree, so I've applied for a degree and they've given me a letter of sponsorship. Now this is a very important thing. Let me just first of all touch it. So in order to get a work visa, you need this certificate of sponsorship, and on this website these are the companies which give you certificate of sponsorships. Now for the skilled worker visa, so once I am in their interview, once I've passed that company's interview, they'll be giving me a certificate of sponsorship, and then there will be 70-point metrics which I have to go through, and if I go through all very well, then I'll be getting this skilled worker visa. So this is the very first way. Then the other routes are the intra-company transfer. So for multinational companies which need to transfer employees to the UK, for example, if you're working in the India and your company is also based in the UK, they've got the headquarters in the UK as well, they can also do the intra-company transfer and you can again get a work visa. The third one is the creative and sporting, for short-term work as a sports person, entertainer or artist. The number fourth is Minister of Religion, for people coming to work for a religious organization. Then the fifth thing is religious workers, for those doing preaching, pastoral and non-pastoral work. T2 sportsman person, for elite sports people and coaches who will be based in the UK. Voluntary workers, for unpaid voluntary work for a charity. And there will be another route which is a government authorized exchange, work experience 1 year, research projects or training, for example practical, medical or scientific training 2 years to enable a short-term exchange of knowledge. Then the fifth and the last route is basically the international agreements, where the worker is coming to do a job which is covered by international law, for example employees of overseas governments. So these are the different kind of routes which you can see on that register of licensed sponsor website. And here I also talked about the rating thing. Now there will be finding there are two different types of rating. One is the A rating and one is the B rating. And for the A rated organization, it means that these companies are permitted in order to issue a certificate of sponsorship and hire the eligible migrant workers. Whereas if the company is called B rating, that means it has been downgraded for like some reason by the Home Office. It has been downgraded, might be they have breached some kind of sponsor license compliance duty, so they have maybe breached some laws. That's why they are on the B rating. But like if they kind of improve, they can also move to the A rating after that. So it's not the permanent that it has to be in the B rating, it can also move to the A rating as well. So this is a little bit thing which I will touch upon the rating over here. Now in order to get that work visa, so these are the list who will be giving a certificate of sponsorship. Now this is very important. In order to get like let's say skilled worker visa, you need to have like 70 points. So the very first 20 points will be through this certificate of sponsorship from a licensed sponsor. Then second points. So it is like 10 points you get for speaking English to the required standard. Now this is very important thing because there will be a lot of confusion over here. Now when you come to the UK, now there are few students who don't require IELTS because in your high school maybe you've got really good grades. So for example, my own example, I haven't given IELTS at all. So in order to get the 10 points, so will I get that IELTS, will I get that 10 points or not, because I haven't done the IELTS? So the answer is yes, you will still get the 10 points, because I remember from one of my friends, so it is 2019 I'm talking about. So you can get a UK NATIC certificate, which basically means that you have studied a degree in the UK, which is in English language essentially. So that means you can understand, write, and all that four different modules which you do in the IELTS examination. But like once you're in the UK education, you're doing all of that thing in like the UK system basically. So you can get that UK NATIC certificate, which kind of decides upon your English level qualification, and you can simply get that 10 points. So it is UK NATIC certificate for English. And then you can get another 20 points if your job offer is at a skill level of RQF3 or above. Now what is RQF3? Now this means if it is a A-level qualification, it means if any qualification which is higher than +2 class. So in India you've got +2 class 12th grade. So any qualification which is higher than that A-levels is called, it's a British education system, so they call A-level +2, and they call GCSE the 10th class, 10th grade basically. So once you have passed that 12th class, any job offer which is above, which is like at that skill RQF3 at the A level or above that, you can get that 20 points. Now how many points we have got? We've got 50 points and we need 20 more points. How you can get 20 more points is through the salary. Now let's say if you applied in that company X, they've given you certificate of sponsorship, and if they give you a salary of £25,600 or above that, then you can simply get the 20 points. If they don't, if they give you a little bit of less, let's say if they give you in a range of 23,040 to 25,599, you get 10 points. And if they give you less than 23,040, you get 0 point. But these salary points are tradable. That means let's say if you get that 10 points, let's say if your salary is less than 25,600, so let's say you haven't got that 20 points, you've got 10 points, so you've got 60 points. In order to get 10 more points, what you can do is, for example, if your job is in a shortage occupation, then you can get additional 20 points. So you basically get 80 points, right, overall. So again, so these points are tradable. And the other advantage is people who are doing PhD, they can get extra 10 points. And then also PhD in a STEM subject relevant to the job. If they're doing in a STEM related subject which is relevant to the job, they can again get 20 points. Now, so once you've got the 70 points, you can essentially apply for that skilled worker visa. And how to apply for that? You maybe kind of get a solicitor in the United Kingdom, or otherwise you can also apply yourself through like the online application procedure through the Home Office website. But I will be suggesting the solicitor, of course, because it's always good to get some advice from them. And basically these is the things which I really wanted to cover in this video. This is how you can get a tier 2 sponsorship, and the important thing is the certificate of sponsorship, right? But before that, the more important thing is your how you have done that university course, that have you actually learned the skills, how well are your grades, because you need the interview call first, and once you crack that interview, that's when you will be getting that certificate of sponsorship. So the very first struggle is really applying for the jobs and apply in these companies once after having a look on the register of licensed sponsors for the year of 2021, and there are about 32,000 companies which are sponsoring. And even after the Brexit, I think it's getting a little bit more easier in order to get a sponsorship, so you really don't have to worry too much. But still it's like a hard work. You have to spend some time on it, making your CV, making your cover letter and stuff. So this is all really what I wanted to cover in this video. I hope you get some value out of it. Make sure to subscribe the channel as I make videos regarding UK universities and the UK student life. This is a video which I'll be suggesting you to watch next. Have a nice day. Bye bye.